Welcome back to Unforgettable Fridays. Last week, I talked about the fear you don't admit out loud, the fear that keeps us invisible until we name it. And this week, I want to tell you the story that unlocked my $2 bill brand. Here's the twist: it wasn't even my story, it was someone else's. For months, I knew I was helping entrepreneurs. I knew I was getting people to clarity in their brand and visibility in their business. But I couldn't name my method. And if you can't explain what makes you different, no one else can either. In fact, I have a keynote that says that very thing. So that's when I picked up Jesse Cole's first book. If you don't know Jesse, he is one of my entrepreneurial heroes. He is the founder of the Savannah Bananas. If you don't know him, he's the guy who turned baseball into the most amazing product. And his understanding of how to lead, innovate is awe-inspiring. And he is inspired by the brilliant Walt Disney and P.T. Barnum, which are two inspirations myself, and the WWE, which is also an inspiration. So some would say that what he's turned baseball into a circus, a Broadway show, but I say what he has turned baseball into in the Savannah Bananas, a movement. And in his book, which you need to read, it is a phenomenal book, he shared a story that really stopped me cold. Jesse writes about when he was 23, he was at his first business seminar, and the speaker was Al Fahden, who is the author of Innovation on Demand. Fahden didn't just lecture about standing out. He ran around the room tossing $2 bills into the crowd while telling outrageous stories. He even told how he once bought a retail space and turned it into a bookstore that sold only one book. What book? His own. And there was a sign out front that read, "Shoplifting is encouraged." Come on. I know I just connect with this. And what he did was absurd, but it was the opposite. It wasn't the best, it was the only. And the media ate it up. And that scene hit me hard because instantly I was reminded of my own $2 bill story. Growing up, my grandmother gave me $2 bills and told me, "You'll never forget these because they're rare." Two stories, one from a speaker Jesse heard and one from my childhood, they collided. And from there, everything clicked. That moment connected the dots of my entire career because for 22 years in television, my job was to find what made a show different, to sift through pitches that all looked the same and find the hook that made one unforgettable. But when I stepped away from the day-to-day of TV to build my own business, I kind of forgot to apply that same lesson to myself. Now, hustle, at least I thought hustle alone would do it. More deals, more content, more flipping, more producing. But the truth is, identity beats hustle every time. When you know yourself, it beats the hustle every time. And Jesse's book reminded me of my grandmother's $2 bill lesson. You gotta be rare, distinct, and unforgettable. And that's one of the places where the $2 bill brand was born, certainly. And here's why this matters for you, because you're probably asking that. Sometimes the story that changes your life isn't your own. Sometimes it's a mentor, a book, or a random story you hear that helps you see the truth you've been living all along. Now, if you've ever felt invisible, if you've ever struggled to explain your secret sauce, if you've ever wondered why you're successful, but still feel like something's missing, I got you. But also the answer might already be in your life. You just haven't found the story that unlocks it yet. When you do, and by the way, I can help you with that. We talk, and that's one of my superpowers. But when you do unlock that, you realize you were never just a $1 bill. You've been a $2 bill the entire time, all along. So I'm going to ask you something. Ready? You ready for me to ask you something? What story has unlocked something in you? Maybe it was a lesson from a parent. Maybe it was a single sentence from a coach. Maybe, just maybe, was it this video? Did I spark something in your childhood, your past? You don't need to reinvent yourself from scratch. You don't. You don't need to start over. I didn't. You just need to listen for that story that connects all of the dots. Because I'm telling you, you're not invisible. You're unforgettable. It's never too late to start. And if this resonated, why don't you drop a comment below and tell me what story unlocked something in you? I'd love to hear what story unlocked something in you. I'm a storyteller, and I love to hear other people's stories. I'm going to be reading every comment, so please talk to me. And I will see you next Friday for the next version of Unforgettable Fridays. And until then, be unforgettable. Be the $2 bill.